Want a drink?
No, thank you. Aren't you starting a bit early?
Why, do we have dinner plans that I don't know about?
What do you mean?
Are we going out?
No. No, we don't have any plans.
I didn't think so. So, have a drink. Or don't industrial spies mix business with pleasure?
Alan.
Come on, Monica. You know how much you enjoyed spying for me on Sean Donnelly New Year's Day.
Wait just a minute, please. Yes, I said on New Year's Day I would help the Quartermaine cause, but that does not mean I'm going to make it a lifetime occupation.
Why not? Every woman has a little bit of Matahari blood in her. Why would you be different?
Oh, nice. I thought I could fool you. I thought I could fool you totally.
I beg your pardon?
It was guilt. I mean, my face looked guilty. I look guilty, right?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I wanted to pass this off on you, and I couldn't. Obviously, I would make a very lousy double agent.
What in the world are you talking about, Monica?
Well, Sean Donnelly called me a while ago, and he invited me over for dinner tonight.
Perfect. He took the bait. Did you accept?
Well, I was so startled. I didn't know. Well, yes. I said yes, I would go. I would meet him in his penthouse at 7.
Darling, that's wonderful.
Well, you're not angry?
Why would I be angry with you?
Well, it's just that he got me off guard. I didn't have a chance to check with you or anything.
Listen, we're working together toward a common goal.
Well, yes, I suppose so.
Sure, it's perfect. Now, tonight I want you to, be casual and drop this information to him, all right? Just tell him that Father is going to pressure the bankers into calling in the loans on Donnelly Shipping.
Can he do that?
Oh, yes, he is going to do that. In return, we're going to be transferring the Quartermaine accounts to their banks.
Is this all true?
Absolutely. And he's going to call up and he's going to find out that it really is true. And when he does, he will trust you. And from then on, we will know every move of his and what he does implicitly.
So, whatever I tell him, whether it's the truth or untruth, he'll believe me no matter what, right?
Exactly.
Very clever.
Thank you, darling.
Well, I guess I better go up and change. That is, if I can find something appropriate for an industrial espionage. Hello, Edward.
Monica,
Edward.
don't leave on my account.
She has a mission to accomplish.
Yeah? What mission?
She's going to have dinner with Sean Donnelly. She's agreed to make him believe that she's going to be on his side. Once she does that, he will trust her, will know every move that he makes.
Yeah, well, what makes you so sure that we can trust Monica?
Oh, we can trust her all right. Greed is a great motivator.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well, I must say, I like the idea of using a woman to get to the man.
The beauty lies in the simplicity of the plan.
Very shrewd, my boy. You have the mind of a lawyer.
Oh, wonderful. How lucky you are to know that every night you come home, you are going to have this view.
Yes, I can't imagine living here without it. Do you have any trouble getting away for dinner tonight?
No. No trouble. Thank you.
Glad you're here.
So am I. So tell me, how are you keeping yourself busy these days?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you.
Well, try me.
I spent the day wallpapering the kitchen in Anna's new townhouse. Or attempting to wallpaper it.
I don't believe it. First, I discover you're a master chef, and now I discover you're a paper hanger.
Yeah, it's quite an experience. Frisco, me, Buzz. Oh, thank God Buzz was there. Seems to be an expert.
Well, so Robin had all of her 3 godfathers on the job for her.
That's one of the few times we've all been together. She loved it.
Yes. Yes, well, Anna obviously has. A very special little girl.
Yes, very special.
And I can tell that you are crazy about her.
Actually, I haven't had very much experience with children, but I guess the child of Anna Devane and Robert Scorpio is, well, she'd have to be special. One of a kind.
And you love her.
Like she was my own.
So tell me why you've never married and had children of your own.
Lots of reasons, I guess. Main one being that I was married to the World Security Bureau.
Well, that makes sense. I think it would probably be very difficult to have a relationship and then go flying off all over the world.
Oh, that and the fact that I didn't want to leave a widow with kids to take care of.
You mean there was not one special woman that you would take that risk for?
Oh, there were lots of special women, but not one ever that special.
That's very hard to believe.
It's true. Not that I wasn't out there looking for her, but I always had this fear that if I ever did find her, she wouldn't be available.
Well, my glass is almost empty.
So it is. Oh, but while I'm up, I think I'm going to change that music. I think you're going to like this.
What is it?
It's a bunch of old standards I put together, favorites of mine. I bet there'll be favorites of yours, too.
When somebody loves you, it's no good unless
You win the bet.
Thought I would.
Why do I all of a sudden have the feeling that I'm back in school and I am going out with the campus lady killer?
Lady killer? Me?
You're a very smooth operator, Mr. Donnelly, and you know it.
So you think I'm giving you a line, huh?
Aren't you?
No. I've never been more sincere in my life. I wonder about you.
There is something that we should talk about.
All right, I'm listening.
You asked me earlier if I had any trouble coming over here tonight. The reason I didn't is because that I am here, supposedly, to spy on you for Alan.
Man's a fool. To put you in my arms like this.
Well, I want to congratulate you, Alan. I'm glad Monica decided to go along with our plan.
I insisted she have dinner with Donnelly so she could convince him she was on the up and up.
Well, in order to convince him, she's going to have to give him some privileged information.
She's going to.
Oh, she is?
Mm-hmm. She's going to give him some true inside information, and he's going to buy her act. She's going to tell him that you're pressuring the bankers into calling in the loans on Donnelly Shipping in return for transferring all of the Quartermaine accounts to their banks.
Clever boy.
Sometimes, Father, you really have underestimated me.
Well, I suppose I have, but you don't often take my advice, and I'm glad you did this time.
I don't know why you could have ever doubted me. I know I could talk Monica into anything I wanted.
Oh, really? Well, how come she's still sleeping in the guest room instead of with you?
Because we have some personal problems. Jen.
Oh, boy, you caught me with a bundle.
The few times that I've strayed were unimportant. They were never a threat to our marriage.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, a wife doesn't think the same way about those things.
I'm trying to convince her now that I'm on the straight and narrow, which I am. I'm not at all sure that she believes me.
Well, that should be your top priority, to prove to her that you mean it. You got me for 95 points.
My top priority was to get Monica to work with us against Donnelly, and I've succeeded.
Your top priority should be to get the woman back into your bedroom. We Quartermaine men always satisfy our women, Alan. Don't ever forget that. An unhappy wife is a resentful woman who could turn against a man. Your deal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I beg your pardon.
I've already shuffled the cards, Alan.
I'm sorry.
You look like you're a million miles away.
Yes, I guess I am.
Something I said?
Just was the phrase that you used, that an unhappy wife becomes a resentful woman who could turn against her man.
Do something about it.
I will.
Reminder, we're playing for very high stakes.
We are indeed. And speaking of high stakes, I think that Monica and I are entitled to a much bigger share of Donnelly's company once we win.
Yeah, the divisions of the spoils was decided weeks ago, Alan.
That was before we involved Monica.
Your share is healthy enough for both of you.
I don't agree with you. Jimmy Lee and Celia are getting exactly what we're getting, and Celia's not doing a thing for it.
I suggest we wait and see if Monica comes up with any results.
She'll come up with results, all right. Trust me on this. When she wants something, She's ruthless.
That champagne is delicious.
I save it for special occasions.
Well, I'm very flattered. We've already finished one bottle.
Oh, I have a few more hidden away.
All for the next special occasion?
In fact, a whole year of special occasions.
My, how extravagant.
I love life, Monica.
Why postpone?
Pleasures, huh?
Is that because you always live on just the edge of danger?
I suppose.